One of the things I really admire about Peg is her grace, her humility. And I thought it was cute when she tried to give all of you credit for making this such an amazing series. And you guys are fine, don't get me wrong. But what do? Right? You show up, drink some hooch, have a couple laughs. But this series is so remarkable because of Peg's thoughtful and fastidious work. So let's give her one more round. It's funny too, because from a writer's perspective, the person who curates a series makes all the difference in the world. You know, I toured really aggressively for this book this summer and did, I think, 37 readings in 7 weeks or something crazy like that. At one point in Boston, I was opening up for some guy playing the fucking didgeridoo. So then when I come here and with my people, I really appreciate that. There's this place in West Portal that my daughter likes to go to. It's called the Peekaboo Factory. I know that sounds like a terrible German fetish bar, but it's actually like a 3-story hamster cage for kids to run around and lose their mind. But she loves the Peekaboo Factory the way that I love coming across the bridge and getting to hang out with a bunch of nerds like me. So thank you very much for being here. I'll let you, we're a pro-democratic thing here. Should we read Bridgie Uh-Oh-ness, or should we read about alcoholic clam chowder? Chowder? I structured this book like one of those cool old Robert Altman flicks where we're following 5 or 6 main characters and everything seems to be disparate, and then by the time we get to the climax, they're all pushing together. So we're way late in the book here. This is one of the principal characters is a woman named Kathleen. And Kathleen had 3 years sober up until last night. And she had sex with somebody that she probably shouldn't have had sex with. And now it's 8 in the morning and things are going to get worse. Drinking with a hangover has always had one of 2 outcomes for Kathleen. Sometimes she can't get drunk the next day, no matter how hard she cocktails. She is impervious to spirits, so much swimming in her system already that she can't take any of it in. Other times, though, she gets wasted incredibly quickly, and this morning is proving to be in the latter subdivision. A lone beer, and she is cooked. She turns on 24th Street, passes the BART station, and McDonald's. It's socked in, there's no wind, the sky is the color of raw shrimp. At last, she's here. It's been 3 years since she's been inside the bar's black walls. In fact, the whole place is pitch, even the floors. Many a night, Kat had been so wasted here that she rested her head on the bar, staring down at the black floor like it was going to swallow her, but it never did. The bar knew better than to eat its clientele. The room even allows its customers to stargaze, bits of smashed mirrors pocking the ceiling. Everyone gets to pretend to look through a telescope and spy a better world here at Damascus. As if the bartender expects Kathleen to walk in, he peeks up from his newspaper and says, "Did you hear they're going to tear down the Elbow Room?" He's an old-timer, somewhere in his 60s. Kathleen has talked to him many times, shut this place down with him, speaking in tongues. He owns the place and wears a t-shirt that says, "Spank me, it's my birthday." Legend has it that this bar burned down in the early aughts and he rebuilt it, making it look exactly the same. Why are they going to tear down the Elbow? They're putting up more condos. Oh, they're ruining the neighborhood. Well, we all ruin the neighborhood when we first come in. I did, you did, now it's a new set of assholes ruining things. But don't worry, in 10 years, these current assholes will get squeezed out and they'll be talking just like us. Small victories, she says. It's been a while since I've seen you, he says. Kathleen can't think of a reason to lie. Bars can do that to you, especially places dark as confessionals. Yeah, I've been sober for a few years. I tried that a couple times myself. I'd like a bourbon. Welcome back, he says. He pours them both big shots, and they take them at exactly 8:56 in the morning. It's not just the elbow, he says. The attic closed, so it pops. They're pricing us out. There'll not be any dive bars left in the Mission. Can you imagine? My landlord would love to shut this place down and open some boutique with gourmet cheeses and pedicures and poodles. Is it really your birthday? Honey, you don't need an excuse to spank me. Can I have one more shot? I'm not sure yet. Well, what does that mean? Have you eaten anything? He says. Kathleen shakes her head no, wonders what happened to the quality of service in this establishment. She's seen people asleep on pool tables, taking a cat nap before bellying back up. She's seen people ordering drinks with minds malfunctioning on liquor, talking like stroke victims. And now this guy wants to scrutinize the contents of her stomach? I'm not hungry, she says. Yeah, but I need a guinea pig. For what? I'll be right back. And he disappears through a black door by the bathrooms. Kathleen sits there enjoying the beer and the bourbon zooming through her, adding some carbonation to her flat life. It's not an exaggeration to say that Kathleen feels elated. The galloping demons are having a house party in her head. Yes, she wants to play the Beach Boys on the jukebox. Yes, she wants to dance. Yes, she wants to dance with every member of the Beach Boys. Yes, she wants to kiss every Beach Boy and thank them for their harmonies. But she'll settle for a dance with the cranky barkeep once he's back. He might know how to cut a rug. This is what's been missing from her life. A release, an escape. Sobriety is all about being aware and available, and don't get her wrong, she likes these things, but not all the time. The bartender comes out carrying a tray. On it are 2 sourdough bread bowls filled with clam chowder. It's a San Francisco fucking classic. Oh my God, why is this happening? Well, I wanted to try this, need some food, and I keep buying these bread bowls, and they keep rotting back there, and I always forget about them, but these aren't that old, I don't think. At least no mold I can see. This is perfect. The only way I'll keep serving you is if you put something in your stomach. Here, try this with me. He hands her a spoon and clutches his, holding it out for Kathleen to cheers with. And she does, and there's a pitiful clinking noise, and the bartender smiles. Fine, she says. I'll try. Yeah, but here's the twist. Here's what makes my chowder different from all the other joints. He takes the bourbon bottle and floats a huge shot right on top of their soups. He stands there beaming at Kathleen and says, "Merry Christmas." He mixes everything up in his bread bowl and digs his spoon in for a hearty mouthful. "Ooh, this is surprisingly refreshing," he says. He keeps heaping more of it in, and Kathleen sits there watching him and can still hear him saying Merry Christmas, even though it's nowhere near December. And nowhere near funny, and his Spank Me birthday shirt makes Kat even sadder. And since there's no official kitchen in the back of the bar, what, the soup is from a can? She hopes. And it should not be eaten, even with the guarantee that the bread isn't moldy, and all the elation that she had been feeling suddenly curdles. In fact, she despises the Beach Boys and their harmonies, and dances in dive bars, and morning beers, and watching a bartender shovel alcoholic chowder in his face is the worst thing you could ever endure. Thank you.